Hey everybody, it's Denise. How are you? Listen, I wanted to come on real quick. I know it's dinner time. You guys probably all cooking dinner and stuff, but I wanted to just share something really quick that I've been talking to some people today because a lot of people commented on our picture of Ed and I with our big faces and kind of how our faces are now. And some people asked me, like, how did you guys do that? I know it took you a couple of years, but I just thought it would be something that I could share with people because it's not rocket science, right? It's just little changes that we made across, over years. But I actually was talking to, that picture was taken at, hi Liddy, that picture was taken at a BNI Christmas party, and we kind of, I don't know exactly when, but we think it was about 10 years ago. And so when I look back, I said, oh, geez, I was 45 in that picture, and I just feel like I was so much older than I am now. But I wanted to just share with you, like, one big tip that we did to change that. And hey, Christian. Hi, Gail. And it was, well, we went to this Tony Horton event, and I mentioned it on my other video that I did, and he had a nutritionist there, and she really talked about clean eating, all this, but one thing she really talked about, hey Keith, was to be a label reader. And I probably wasn't, I shouldn't say I wasn't a label reader, but I think what I was doing was I was looking at the calories and the fat and maybe the sodium and maybe the sugar, and if it had protein, and because I was a Weight Watcher and they kind of had you looking at that stuff. But I don't think what I really was more conscious of was the ingredients and how many ingredients were in one on the label and the order in which the ingredients were on the label. So that was something I really started to be more aware of. And I think I mentioned it, hold on, let me get this book. I think I mentioned this book that I read that book, Eat Clean, Diet Recharged. And it really changed a lot as far as being more aware of reading your labels and stuff. So I thought I would share probably a couple of the things that we changed. When I read labels, I was shocked. And I thought I was being really good. And I wasn't, not that I wasn't being good, but I think there were other alternatives that I could substitute for the same food, but just get a healthier option. So one of them was obviously our bread. I was doing it was like a light English muffin because it had less calories, right? But I started comparing it, so I went and compared the light English muffin to the regular English muffin, and the regular English muffin had less ingredients than the light one. And I was like, wow, that was interesting. So kind of eye-opening. Hey, Keith. And so I started, and obviously, like, some of the breads I was doing, like these whole wheat breads, like, I think the third ingredient was high fructose corn syrup. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have high fructose corn syrup in my food, but I was having it in this really healthy wheat bread that I was buying. So, so that was something we changed. All right, I'm going to open my fridge so you guys can see my fridge. You want to see my fridge? Give me some hearts if you want to see my fridge. I hope it's clean. All right. So one of the ones that I bought, and I was talking to a friend of mine today too, is Ezekiel bread. I love Ezekiel bread. And they have muffins, and they have bread wraps. Oh, I love the hearts. Bread wraps and muffins. So when you look at them, and it's so funny, a woman told me that she has this other bread that she does, and it seems like a healthy bread. And I looked it up at the store, and the sodium level was 390 for a slice. I was like, that's kind of a lot, I think, for one slice of bread. So I looked on this one, and it had 85. So that was cool. But you can see, like, there's not a lot of ingredients, and all the ingredients are organic and, lentils and all that. So that kind of stuff. So it was like, all right, I could have this type of English muffin, or I could have the one that had all those ingredients, and I don't think it was white flour, and it just wasn't as healthy for me, right? So another thing was yogurt. Okay, how many eat yogurt? Like, I used to like yogurt, but it had all the fruit in it, what Yoplait or whatever. So I started really looking at those labels, and I was really surprised. A lot of them had aspartame, and a lot of them had just the added sugar because they added the fruit. So we started buying like a Chobani plain Greek yogurt. This isn't Chobani, I think it's the Big Y one. But I know, see, right, Christian? So even this one in the vanilla flavor, because like my son Cam loved the vanilla flavor, and we like side by side, I said, Cam, go get the vanilla one, let's compare. And I was shocked at the amount of sugar that was just in the vanilla one. So just be wary of that. My recommendation would be to have the plain and add fruit to it. You know, maybe add a little stevia to it if you want, or maple syrup or something, just to give it a little bit more flavor. But that way you're getting away from all the sugar. So I would recommend that. The other thing that drove me crazy was sauces, tomato sauces, marinara sauces. I'm not Italian. I don't make my own sauce. A lot of people say, why don't you make your own sauce? I don't do it. So I would rather get a nice alternative in a jar. But God, look at the sauces. Lots of sugar, lots of salt. Really be careful of that when you're looking. So this one is one I found. I think I found it at Wegmans, I think. Or it's probably at, anyone know where they have Silver Plate? But, or it could have been Whole Foods. But low sodium. I always look for low sodium because the sodium in it's only 115 for a half a cup. I've seen a lot higher in that, and the sugar in this was 5, but I've seen a lot higher in the sugar in that as well. So keep that in mind when you're looking at sauces. The other thing that drove me crazy was the salad dressing. I would just get these healthy bottled salad dressings. I don't do that anymore. I just make my own. It's so much easier to just make your own salad dressing. So, like, all right, vegetable stock, if you're going to get, like, some stock, I just try to get unsalted because the stocks have a lot of salt as well. So, is there anything else you want to see in here? One thing I'm doing, well, because you see a lot of vegetables because I'm kind of doing my little 21-day cleanse that I do once or twice a year, and it's a lot of vegetables and fruit, and it's good. So, but that's what I'm doing tonight. Oh. Okay, so I got rid of milk. I used to do skim milk. Don't do skim milk anymore. I ended up going with more of the nut milks, like the almond, coconut, cashew milk. Just make sure they're unsweetened, because you can see, hi Kathy, hi Maureen, oh hi guys, hi Maureen. You can see, like, I saw like almond milk, the chocolate, and I'm like, oh, what is that all about? There's so much sugar in it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's not, I don't think it's a healthy option is to having chocolate milk. So, so I use those kind of milks. Let's see. Okay, so I think as far as that stuff in the fridge, I mean, we really started doing more just vegetables and fruit, lean proteins, you know, healthy fats, avocados, hummus, that kind of thing. I'm trying to think. Oh, I made a list. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, the salad dressings. Oh, the maple syrups. Ed and I were in a restaurant the other day, breakfast place up in New Hampshire, and we were just looking at the maple syrups, and it's like, oh, it's not even maple syrup. It was just all processed stuff. It was amazing. And one thing we do too is, oh, you want me to bring you over to my pantry? My pantry, okay. I don't really have a lot of boxed. Oh God, it's probably a mess. I don't really have a lot of anything really in a box anymore. Well, oatmeal. Okay, this is the oatmeal I get. So it's like a quick organic oatmeal, no sugar in it. That one is really, I used to do like Special K, Kashi, like anything in a box. I don't get anything in a box anymore. So you'll see that my pantry really doesn't have any boxes in it of food. We get nuts and seeds, you know, onions and potatoes, that kind of thing I leave in here. Obviously my Shakeology. That was a big thing for us to start on that too. That kind of, we've been doing that almost 7 years. Jeez, I can't believe it's been so long. But yeah, I do that once a day. That's helped me a lot. I can't even read your questions. What is that? Oh, I just got the maple syrup. Oh, I know, crazy. So those were just some of the things that we really changed. Oh, and salt, we don't do regular salt, we do Himalayan salt. I cook with Himalayan salt. I cook with coconut oil, toasted sesame oils, olive oils. I don't cook olive oil when I'm sauteing like a high point, because it has that high point thing. You have to use like a light olive oil when you cook. So those were just things that really helped us as far as changing. And I think you guys saw it in the pictures. Like, I even look at that picture and I'm like shocked that our face, and I think a lot of that was, oh, the diet soda, never mind that. Really, I keep saying that I'm going to do a live video and interview Ed with the diet soda. You guys would just be in disbelief at how much soda that this guy drank. I'm talking, let's say, over a gallon a day, no water. You know, like, so you think, you look at him, but I think that gives you the bloat and the puffiness, and your, you know, your cells are all messed up because you're not drinking enough water. So, and that was another thing, obviously, the water. We've talked about the water before. You know, half your body weight in ounces is a good measure to do. So if you're 150 pounds, you know, 75 ounces. I tend to drink probably more a gallon of water a day. I'm just constantly drinking. And I don't go to the bathroom all the time. It's just your body gets used to it. But we need it. It's so important. It's everything. Your water is everything. That's probably my biggest tip to people. Give up soda. Give up some caffeinated drinks if you can. And water, water, water. That's a big tip. So, do you guys have any questions? I know Carol, you've been doing awesome too. I know that. But yeah, so I appreciate all the comments and the, the perks, the high fives that we got on that picture today. And I post those because I just want people to see that, you know, like, we thought back then we were doing well, and we had a busy life, the kids and the whole thing. But, you know, I think just making those small changes, it just makes such a huge difference. And then, you know, your taste buds will change. If you get off the sugar, I know that happened with me. Like, I think when I started drinking my Shakeology, my taste buds just changed. It was crazy. Like that yogurt that I got, I couldn't eat it anymore. It was just so sweet to me. And that was like kind of eye-opening, that you could train your taste buds to change, which I thought was, you know, and now we just kind of crave, you know, vegetables in a great way. And we always try different ways on making them, and fruits, and they just taste better. So I think when you get off some of the crappy stuff, it helps a lot. So I'm gonna go cook my meal now. Like, this is what I'm doing now. This is my little ultimate reset that I'm doing. You guys have seen my pictures. I've done that a bunch of times. But it's just something, when I hurt my knee, I just needed to really focus on the nutrition, and I think that that's a program that really helps me. So I get great results with that. And then I kind of follow up with the portion control containers. That's what I do. But I hope you find this helpful. Please reach out to me if you need any help. If you need help with just figuring out nutrition-wise or whatever, I can recommend some things. And I know, and I hope you guys have an awesome Easter. I don't know if I'll do another live before then, but everyone will be busy with the Good Friday tomorrow and Holy Saturday and Easter. So I hope you have a wonderful Easter with your family, and that you eat healthy on Easter. There's healthy Easter options too. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for everything, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.